Alright, fuck it. Let's talk mechanics. I think everything needs to start when we're talking about cover to cover or just plain old cover mechanics. We really absolutely have to start with this guy right here. I know that there's a lot of interest in DPS builds right now, but if we're gonna move the meta at all into cover based shooter mechanics, a support build is going to move us there, and I do believe Final Measure as a gear set and Reclaimer as a gear set are probably the two support builds that will move us toward those static installations. But particularly Final Measure and Mobile Cover, because these are woefully underutilized resistances for how absolutely insane the performances on them for absolutely nothing. You do nothing and you get 36%. You literally throw these guys on there. That's stupid. That is horrifically underutilized. And the reason is because it's a static build. It's in moments, right? Because you put it down, you use it for a bit, you clear the room, you move it. You don't just leave it. It's called a mobile cover. People keep forgetting that part. So, cover mechanics in the Division. The very basics of cover in this game. You get on a piece of cover. 1, you're covered. 2, you have accuracy and stability bonus. Demonstration.
Warning. Now leaving
Let
the
me
safe
go ahead
area.
and pull out an LMG. Easiest way to see it. See box? See how box is from ear to ear here? Get on cover. Look at box now. Oh look, box is smaller. That's your accuracy bonus. Ever try shooting with not on cover? Oh god, I have to scroll down to shoot while not on the cover. Well, guess what? You're on the cover. Oh wait, that's way easier to hold. That's crazy. Yeah, stability, accuracy, cover, instantly. Perfect. Very nice. What else do you get from cover? Oh, I don't know. Cover. Look, I can't be hit while I'm behind cover. If I aim backwards, guess what? My guy is still in the cover. I can't be hit from behind. Sick. What are things you can do with cover? I don't know, make it better. Oh look, smart cover. Now I'm resistant to pulse, and I'm more accurate, more stable, and I pulse when I hit them. Huzzah! Also, the weapon I'm using is a big Alejandro, where on occasion I will proc a bonus that gives me refill on ammo, and then it also gives me 30% damage, 30% RPMs. Oh, and it multi-procs. That's crazy. There's other weapons that could probably benefit from, you know, being able to shoot more accurately and, you know, more stable. You know, I know that you guys run around with you used to run around with your striker. That was pretty cool. Now, you know, Deadeye, they tried to show you, right? They tried. They were like, hey, use cover and shoot your Deadeye, right? It's another build that benefits from the cover mechanics, right? You're on the cover, you get in your scope, 100% crits instead of being 50% off the cover, right? Off cover, you're 50%. Kinda sucks. Why not 100? Hey! Huzzah. Better yet, why don't we make it so that when you hit them, next shot is a crit? Hey, that's even better. And you're more stable and more accurate. So besides your abilities, you know, you got skills over here. Both of these are viable cover bonuses, because they do what? Resistance. But also sometimes they have little extras. Like this one's got blast resist and also explodes and blinds people. This one is essentially a pulse and protects you from enemy pulses and lives until it dies. Or you run away from it. Can't be EMP'd, by the way. People who worry about your EMPs, check that out. Then you have your smart covers, which may be EMPable, but hey, check it out. Weapon stability, accuracy, right here. Not only is it damage resist, but it makes your gun overall function better. And it covers an area. So not only is it with those mobile covers, it's limited space, but with smart cover, now you can cover an area and your whole team can benefit. Yippee. That's not the only thing in this area that we can use. Look, we're only in skills. Look, it's talents. Wholly underutilized talents over here. A 30% bonus to damage by just doing a cover-to-cover move? Are you kidding me? And you can make it safe by doing evasive action and having a little bit of stamina. That's awful nice. If you hit cover, do you want to have stability like you did on your striker build so you don't have to aim? I mean, you can still aim, but at least you have an aim assist. There you go. Every 10 seconds. Do you like to aim as if you have top tier accuracy, but you don't want to be exposed to enemy fire? This one's actually surprisingly good. But no one wants to be at low health and do this. I don't know how long this... I haven't played around with this one too much. I want to use this on my Nomad and test this out for you and tell you how good this is, because I imagine this is actually amazing and just no one uses it because it's worded stupid. But I bet it's just as good or better than Steady Hands, and just nobody uses it, which is hilarious. That's just in the abilities, skills, and talents. We're not even talking about your gear. My God. Now that everyone's running away from doing the full 6 pieces of anything because the 6 pieces are kind of garbage or hard to utilize, limited. You know, like Deadeye is like, oh, you got a headshot, but headshots are pointless because you don't have headshot damage, so why would you even do that for another 200% and you have to still be in the scope? That's kind of silly. That's really limited. So you wouldn't even run a 6-piece Deadeye. I understand. You know, there's a couple other builds I can think of that maybe you wouldn't run the full 6-piece, right? Oh, there's a couple more that got added to the list that you might not run full 6-piece now. Oh, look at that. There's a couple restrictions on that one now. Oh no. Oh, remember Sentry's Call? Oh yeah, that's PvE at the 6-piece. Maybe we'll just run that as a 5. I don't know. Maybe you don't like Tactician's 6-piece. Just run that as the 5. I don't know. Alpha Bridge, you want to be a team build, not solo. Enjoy your signature skills of your teammates. Run that as a 5. Then suddenly, we can include some new cover-to-cover mechanics. Nimble. Remember those old Nimble builds? A lot of you don't because you're new here. Welcome to the party. After completing a cover-to-cover move in combat, you heal 2% of your max health over 4 seconds. Predator 9k builds, Striker 9k builds with your stamina. Health came back. But, you know, you never dabbled with this ever again for some reason. I don't know why. I feel like when the health came back, you should have probably invested a little time Recovered, same thing, except it's just the damage you take during the cover to cover, and it's over 5 seconds. This one's actually interesting for tanking. This one I would use more for the attack advance because it optimizes for the distance you run. So you maybe if you're a striker or something, if you're a DPS class, this is what you would run. If you're a tank class, you're just optimizing the amount of damage you absorb. Steadfast, interesting thing here. Maybe this goes with Alpha Bridge. I kind of feel like I haven't gotten to test it yet, but I just found one again recently. Gonna run it. Gonna try it for you. Sturdy, increase armor by 15% when staying in cover. The thing is, armor never came back as a stat. They only brought back health. Maybe, if we're gonna invest in damage resist, because we have health out the wazoo because of stamina. Maybe some of these things like sturdy and robust will come back. What do you mean robust? We haven't looked at robust. Robust is over here in chest piece, dummy. I know you don't know what it is because you haven't used it in years. Years. Literally since like year 1. Robust. Increase armor while in cover by 10%. No one since year 1 has used this talent because no one uses cover. 1.3, buddy. I don't even think they used it then. Let's see. I think that's the only one off of the chest piece. But my goodness, there is an awful lot of cover mechanics built into gear sets, built into just individual items, built into talent skills that you can stack. You can make it so that it's a static build where you don't move off of the cover. You can make it so that, when I'm moving into the cover, I deploy certain skills into the cover. It's actually a cover-to-cover, a more mobile build. But it's up to you how you want to do it. Because people complain about, oh, it's a static. I hate being on cover. It makes me a target. You're only a target if you're just sitting there like a duck. And the thing is, maybe you want to be a target. Maybe you want to tank it out. Maybe you want to take as much of the threat as you can because you're getting 36% off of one skill. This is one. You slap smart cover on top of this thing. And this is a bad smart cover. This is another 18. I've literally, that is my weapon resist up 50% right there. That's mechanics. Cover mechanics. They're real, they're out here, they're waiting for you. I've got a playlist of Final Measures stuff. It's in the, Skirmish, it's in the Dark Zone. I don't do a whole lot of Last Stand, so you won't see much of that. It's kind of hit or miss with the quality in there anyways, so I try to avoid it. But the idea here is that you are going to do things a little different, but it will make you much stronger. You will do more damage. You will be able to take more damage. I mean, just for instance, we've been looking at damage resist, right? Let's look at actual damage. Real quick. We're going to look at Lone Star. I'm running 2 big Alejandros. Alright, here's the idea. You know how you like Striker? 100 stacks doubles your damage. Right? 100 stacks. Well, how does Lone Star compare to Striker? Just in the build, right? We're just looking at Lone Star, what Lone Star does. Set bonuses wise, you get 20% LMG damage. Big Alejandro gets cover shooter up to 50% bonus damage. Oh, that's interesting. Bonus lasts up to 10 seconds. Getting a kill resets the duration. Very interesting. You cancel by reloading, swapping weapons, or exiting combat. You don't have to worry about that because of a thing called Berserk, which is down here. When a weapon has 50% of its magazine remaining in combat, there's a 75% chance to receive a bonus that activates when the final bullet is fired from the current magazine. Main thing to take away from this. Once activated, the magazine is instantly refilled. Weapon damage and fire rate is increased by 30%. So, let me do the math real quick. You're going through your magazine, you're spraying at somebody at a safe distance, loading up stacks of your Big Al. You get the proc, you're like, sick, I got the proc, and now you get to the end of the magazine, you proc Berserk. Alright, at this point, you are at like 30 stacks Big Al cover shooter. You've just procced 30% on Berserk, and you have 20% in your build for LMG damage. So you're up to 80% right there. And then once you start shooting, you're going to hit all the way up to 100% from cover shooter alone. Now that does not account for LMG damage on your gloves. Does not account for all the crit stuff and everything else. We were just trying to compare two stacks. Alright, so on this build, DPS-wise, you can get 100 stacks with Big Al, with all the gear bonuses, with Berserk, but then you also additionally have the 30% rate of fire bonus. Okay? So you're actually doing more damage than a 100 stack striker ever could. You don't have any sustain. But who cares? You're burning everything alive. And then you just do your all your other stuff like you would. Damage, damage, damage. Damage, damage, damage. Maybe skill haste here and there. Damage, damage. Damage. You are king of the jungle doing damage everywhere. My goodness. It's hard to not win when you do that much damage. It's a lot of damage. But that's off of cover. Cover shooter. To rein in that 30% extra rate of fire, right here. Stability, accuracy, boom. And you pulse him when you hit him. That's more crit damage. Crit chance. Alright? Are you doing shotgun damage for some reason? Because in Lone Star, you do shotgun damage? 20%? I threw a shield on. I'm doing assault shield. 36 in here. 36, the 20, the 12. I'm at like 60% extra shotgun damage on my sawn off. I'm like 2-3 hitting people. And I proc Berserk is 100% practically. Like, you can make this comparable or better to the striker, even the OG strikers, the ones you run in your PvE now. But you have to use cover. Cover mechanics. Okay? I think that about covers my whole tutorial on, my whole primer on cover mechanics. So there's going to be a playlist. I'll show up right after this. And I'll hit you with the usual sign-off. I've been P2H. You've been a schmuck. You gotta lie, cheat, and steal. Because somebody has to win, and it should be you. P2H out.